Hi, this is Anders from Mind the Shift. Let's say that there was a disaster of some kind, or an event that was described as a disaster. Let's say there was an economic collapse and the internet went down. We would still be here, we would still be alive, we would still be able to talk to each other, to think, to create, and to love. Well, say people, but it's not the world that we prefer to have, is it? We would prefer to have a world where there isn't an economic collapse, the economy is thriving, and where the internet isn't down and out. Yeah, I say, sure, but that doesn't seem to help. People are so much in a survival mode that it's almost bizarre. So, I mean, having a perfect world which everyone wants, or almost perfect, doesn't seem to help. I read today this survey in the paper. It was a survey with a couple of thousand a couple of thousand citizens in Sweden, and they were to describe how, they were asked to, in the best way they could think of, describe the society that they were living in today, right now. And it was so much worry. The top descriptions were: number one, crime and violence; number two, lack of trust in the future; and number three, bureaucracy. What is this? In a society that is the most affluent, the most secure society that has ever been created in history. It's crazy. This has to stop. And this is why we cannot separate the spiritual realm from the mundane. It's wrong, because it all goes together. I mean, economy, politics, history, even religion, they can't be separated from what's in our innermost beings, in our spiritual reality. Those mundane structures and concepts, they are populated, of course, by human beings. The human beings that are here, you and me and the 7.8 billion other human beings here, are the only entities that matter in this context. And human beings are multidimensional beings with something other than the physical body at the core. Well, if you believe that we are only randomly assembled flesh robots, then it's a different story, of course. But I think most people, most of you, and I certainly do believe that there is something more to us than the physical body. And that means that we can't separate these things. I actually used to think that way myself, to some extent at least. I thought that I think it's probably possible to separate the spiritual side of things from what's going on in politics and economy and those things. But it's really a very strange concept to think that way. Why would it be? I mean, if the spiritual world, the spiritual realm is real, it can't, so to speak, go on somewhere else than the physical realm. It's like economy or politics, or when we talk about our history or whatever, it all goes together. And I also had some kind of odd thought many years ago that I would be able to delve into these spiritual things. I've always carried them with me. I've always known that there is a spiritual streak in me, that there is something more than the physical body and all that. But I had this thought that I will delve into that sometime in the future. I will do that later, when I'm retired or whatever. I have so much to do right now. I have my family and my job, my career and everything. So I just don't have the time to do that now, which is also an illusion and crazy, really, because, I mean, there is no future, there is no past, there is only the now moment. And these spiritual realities that are there. They're with me in every moment of every day, all my life. I can be more or less ready to dive into those aspects of myself, but that's a different matter. I might not be mature enough. I might not be ready, so that I have to wait until I am. But if I'm ready, I just do it now or not. I hope that was something that helped some of you. I don't know. I've just been thinking about these things last couple of days, and then I saw this survey. It's really bizarre. We don't have to be scared. We shouldn't live in survival mode when we have this affluent society that we're living in. We have every possibility to thrive. Now have a beautiful, wonderful weekend, my friends. Bye-bye.